Yeah. Thank you, Bad Mary, for that too sweet playing. Welcome back, all you four-color funny book aficionados. This is US Comics Cast, HQ for all things comic book connected. We are Jon and Charlie Rivera, co-founders of US Comics. Charlie, Dad Gummit, happy comic book day. Nope, you are muted.
And happy comic
monster.
book day to
Muted
all.
monster.
Happy comic book day to all of our fellow nerds out there, and welcome back. I promise we didn't have mic problems 4 seconds before the show launched. If you're joining us for the first time, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't, well, then Mickey Mouse is going to show up and take out your knees. Son, Jon,
Word.
how's this beautiful comic book day treating you?
I mean, you know what? Joker Stream has already joined us and is commenting over from Twitch, so how could I possibly complain? What's up, Joker?
You know, it's always good when Joker shows up. However, I'm not so concerned about the misfits from DC. No, because D23 Expo was just this last weekend, and for some reason, our invites got lost in the mail, but it was all okay because I got held into the star-spangled bosom of my girl, Miss Marvel. Oh boy, was it good to see my girl joined by the littlest Marvel and the same siziest Marvel, who might be the most disappointing cameo in all of the multiverse.
I have to stop you almost immediately. So yes, indeed, D23 Expo, as it was kind of like unofficially debuted in Iron Man, just with different names and a few decades earlier. So D23 rolls around. There's a ton of news. yeah, Paul. I think you're absolutely right. Paul joining in over from YouTube. We do have to cancel Charlie, but actually, ironically, not because of that shirt. That shirt represents the least of his transgressions. Charlie rocking his "Suck Me Off and Make Me Gum" t-shirt from Clerks 3, made famous by the insanely popular, rightfully so, Clerks 3.
In theaters every night for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks to Fathom Events. Go check out Clerks 3. Don't be a sucker. Check them out this week.
Damn straight. That's a solid promo, even though we are getting $0 from the Kevin Smith. So yeah, D23 rolls around. Tons of news, not just Marvel connected, but obviously Disney's own projects. I mean, so much of everything. Star Wars news came around. So with all of that stuff floating around the fucking Ethersville, Charlie pulls the Marvels, and specifically, in my humble though expert opinion, the least of the Marvels.
Now,
Miss Marvel is who
to be fair,
your fancy.
To be fair,
dirty old man.
I meant Captain Marvel, but I've been day drinking because the boy's trying to avoid carbs, but he's not trying to avoid White Claws because ain't no laws when there's claws. But I will abide by certain laws.
Yeah, I was gonna
say, sorry, you stretchy bitch.
Laws.
Yes, but no, Captain Marvel. She a little bit broke my heart because on the red carpet they were like, "How many more movies are you gonna do?" And she goes, "Does anyone want to fucking see these flicks?" Because I feel like all she does is show me her nipples through thin shirts online, and people are just like, "Fuck you! Stop ruining comic books by being a broad." I happen to love Captain Marvel and
I
Co.
was gonna say you should really quantify that claim because it's like
nerds.
People is a very generous term. Obviously, Charlie is referring to Brie Larson, who is just, in my personal opinion, just. She's just spectacular. She's a beautiful woman. She has been with us. I mean, I can first remember her kind of showing up in the 21 Jump Street. I'm like, any girl who can throw around that Peter Pan musical nonsense and have me somewhat care about it is good by me. I had no problem with Captain Marvel, and I think your exact quote was something like, "Does anyone want to see me anymore as Captain Marvel?" And It's actually funny that
Yes,
you
please.
mention it because the vitriol that so many of these actors have to deal with on social media and like these dedicated pages and what have you is just beyond belief. But look, the Marvels is, as far as I'm concerned, it's a fine way to start. Obviously, this is a little bit of like an inter-family crossover because you have Brie Larson's proper Captain Marvel. You have the little from the TV show that was intended for children, Miss Marvel. You have several Rambos from what I can tell.
Holy
And
shit,
they had
Sly's in this movie too? Just Rambosha? Hey,
Dude,
you know, very much a cousin.
Sylvester Stallone can be which is kind of backwards. Sylvester can be the new Dwayne Rocky Johnson when a franchise is like someone on rocky ground. No pun intended. They're like bring in Sly, I mean, fuck. Marvel's done it. DC has done it.
Hey, remember
Some of
me?
them
I was
several
very
times.
much like a rock guy, and now I'm like a guy who wants
I-
to go to the zoo.
The worst part of your fandom of Sly Stallone is that accent. That fucking
I don't
that
know what you're talking
version.
about. Get yourself a brisk.
We all very much know. So you chose to jump on it. What honestly? What about the Marvels? Are you like what are you jazzed about specifically? Because to me, it has the least preamble, the least build up to get your juices flowing. So hit me.
Well, I think what I really love about a certain aspect of Marvel is their in space shit. And Thor: Love and Thunder, I thought was going to be this like space adventure, and it scratched almost none of that itch. There was a little bit of it, but for me, it was just a matter of like not enough. This is a character who, by all accounts, has been adventuring in space, and we've seen none of those adventures.
Yeah.
So the idea of her grabbing Monica Rambeau, and fucking Small Fry to have like a stellar adventure, which seems like what was promised from the Ms. Marvel TV show.
Well, yeah,
fucking sign me up.
not
I want
so much-
space cats.
but
I
not so
want
much like,
questionable haircuts.
she I don't know, she wasn't collecting anybody. Like she seemed to be as surprised as anyone else to the current going ons. I say the best thing about that little mini franchise is like naming a mini franchise after yourself. So if at any point I want this on the record, if at any point we launch a superhero group called the USComicsers, just shut us down immediately because that means we are completely devoid, utterly bankrupt of ideals. Just horrible.
Unless
Horrible.
I want an asterisk. If Comcast Cable buys us and we become US Comcast, I'm cool with that.
Charlie, just
I just
looking
like
for the
money.
Word. The wordplay is fine. It's the low price tag.
It's $30.
That's the issue. I don't mind a play on words. God knows I love alliteration. Charlie is just, he comes so cheap. Ugh, he's like that redhead in the front row in Rocky 5. Just Charlie's like, he is for sale.
Listen, we all know YouTube and Twitch tends to agree with you, but Ellis represents my half of the group
Ellis
right
from
here on Facebook Live.
dropping truth bombs.
Selling out is the American dream, and I am all American Charlie. But John,
Charlie's like,
it's just me, a bad imitation of Rocky. It rules. John, if I know for a fact the Marvels at least piqued your interest, but what out of the D23 announcements?
They have tickled my taint. So yeah, I mean,
what
I'm
got
gonna,
inside that taint? What from D23 got you going?
Who is knuckle deep in the Marvel lineup for John? So yeah, if you don't pay any attention to our nom de jours, we're obviously gonna save our particular favorites for those markers. But look, one of the ones that kind of like stood out for me, I'll put it this way, has been one that has been on the radar for multiple reasons. The Wakanda Forever, specifically their panel. I was just waiting to see what the inevitable response was going to be, because there has been plenty of talk from really, from the ether regarding Wakanda Forever. Obviously, we are without Black Panther, sadly. And so all the talk about, like, okay, well, who is the new Black Panther gonna be, and is Namor ripped enough? And like, listen, 70-year-old artist, nobody wants to see you without your shirt on. Just like talk about the just stay in your lane category. Talking about like the ethnic considerations where they took his people out of Atlantis for all intents and purposes and kind of made it a Mesoamerican type culture, which I'm like, visually that is just the bee's knees. I love it for storytelling wise. There has been, I don't know if I mentioned here before, but I'm, as a huge After Hours History Channel buff, I have heard that theory float around that the theory of Atlantis, like, well, Atlantis was actually not one of the Greek city-states that was lost to the tides and time. It was actually off the coast of what is referred to colloquially by those folks as the New World, even though the fucking culture is as old, if not older, than some
I'm
others.
actually like, that's the one thing I think is a huge misstep, because Atlanteans just started getting jobs in Aquaman and Aquaman 2, and now we're robbing them. Like, they need to work too, John. It's
Look,
like
Charlie,
Atlantean lives
stole my job. Go back where you came from. Walk around wearing a helmet.
I'm with you though, because fucking the one thing that sucks is I'm gonna have to see like a 2 p.m. Wakanda Forever fucking showing, because the minute that mask comes off, whoever's playing Black Panther, it's gonna get fucking spoiled. So I'm gonna have to do a full online avoidance for, I guess, 9 months. However, me personally, the reveal I wasn't expecting was the Thunderbolts lineup. You and I were speculating 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That ended up being the big one.
That was really something. And what's fucked up is I have felt every nerdy fan reaction. My initial reaction, I wound up texting you, and I was like, makes sense, but like, what a disappointment. Because I still fall for marketing. They're like, Thunderbolts. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. We're going to figure out a way to bring back my boy Thunderbolt Ross. May he rest in eternal fictional and real life power. But they went very spy heavy. Now, any of those characters.
Grounded, I would say. Like, so in other words, dude. Like, this ended up being the natural tendency is to be like, oh, well, this is just Suicide Squad. And then my rebuttal is like, now do you mean Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad? Because those are very much different
or
things.
Coming out in 2063, a Suicide Squad. The third installment, kind of. What was your thought, though? One of my favorite new characters is Little White Widow, or whatever the fuck we're calling Yolanda. Not only because she's dating JD from Scrubs, but also because I think she's a tremendous actor. But also, I really love that character. I wasn't expecting.
She got Shia LaBeouf canceled and fired.
Yes.
He's
but
like, wow,
also,
she really is a Black Widow.
But also, as well as, I loved what they did with that character in Hawkeye. I love the turn of, like, you know, she's fucking doing what her sister did
but
before the babyface
turn. Shows have the ability to do when you have a character in a circumstance that is not world ending, like most of the, I sad to say, most of the, at least fill in the title card Marvel movie 1 is, and then like, okay, now 2, 3, 7, and 19 we'll start actually fleshing out these characters and relationships. That's what the shows allow you to do. You get to see a character in quieter moments, like what the whole Avengers saga was able to do for the characters that were involved in it, was show you their down times. That's when you really get to see who a quote-unquote person is. Like, how do they have their, who cuts the crust off their sandwiches and who doesn't. Like, that type of rationale. I'm like, oh, I love those little moments. Now I know who I'm rooting for, right?
Yeah.
That's what takes you away from the Thanos was right. Fucking negative, pessimistic bullshit that I tend to lean into. I love those moments. So for that reason, I very much liked the grounded, I wouldn't say Suicide Squad. I would say more like Defenders, street level Netflix characters
Yeah.
aspect to it all because it's
You
a
know what I
more, not realistic because you're still looking at comic book
spies
shit.
and this is like a
But
cyborg.
show me some lower level. If this doesn't work out, someone's gonna be upset. But the Earth doesn't fucking get blinked out of existence.
Yeah.
Characters, I like.
Now-
I like it a lot.
One thing I want to throw out there though, because
Hey,
Joker threw
Big
it out.
Bear,
Big Bear.
SDK up in that hizzy.
Joker threw it out there. There's no Red Hulk yet. If you've ever assembled a lineup of characters who you can make literally fucking any of them a Red Hulk, it's this lineup. There's no. The cool thing about a Thunderbolts that doesn't even closely resemble the Thunderbolts from the page is opportunity.
Well, it's
You
the
can kind of
title.
do whatever the fuck you want.
It's the title. I mean, and cousin Paul dropping in. I smell a certain Latverian behind the ongoings of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Which
No matter who they cast, he's gonna
all
be
I
handsome.
can say is, and I'll make myself available. Marvel. Some of these characters,
Too
I
handsome.
understand their writers get. I better have the digital to take my mask away. My writer's gonna say, "Do not take my fucking mask off. I am a real life, in the flesh Mandalorian. I don't take my shit off. Just give me my FaceTime in the interviews. Give me a Wendy's commercial here or there. Does Wendy's have a plant-based
Sure.
burger? I don't know. Whoever the hell's got a good
we'll
one.
make it.
I will make my loot and the name recognition come award season. Don't take my mask off. Maybe a flashback scene, just to, mom can brag to the kids. But yes, I am very much have my fingers, toes, and everything south of the equator crossed that Dr. Victor Von Doom shows up in all of his looks like an extra from Game of Thrones glory. I hope and I pray. Charlie and I, a little bit of inside information. Charlie and I were messaging that, at least I would have no problem if this was the project that allowed Henry Cavill to kind of cross company lines and go over to Marvelville. Henry Cavill as fucking Doctor Doom, I have no earthly problem with. But let me ask you this.
Is it will I let them have the digital mask thing for me? Yes, I'll talk right to Mickey. Mickey, yeah, bro, I'm down. You whatever you fucking want, bro. I got you, you mouse.
Charlie, you are
Half the price of John.
Cheese.
$20 an hour. Last offer.
Fucker. Let me ask you this, Charlie. So talk about with no preamble, and we do know that she's gonna get her introduction. But there are so many characters now in Wakanda Forever, and characters that are gonna have the lion's share. Wakanda joke. The lion's share of screen time, but Riri Williams, her Iron Heart series was also announced. What'd you think about her kind of I don't know, some might say rushed entry into the Marvel sphere?
I think it's safe to say that I equal parts root for Marvel, but expect them to upset me every time. So
Pessimistic as you want to be.
Considering all of the TV projects that really let characters breathe, like the new Hawkeye, we really fucking know who that character is before they pull the trigger on a Young Avengers, or if she shows up in Avengers.
If
I'm
at
actually,
all,
I'm
not need
if
a
at
Young
all,
Avengers.
I'm looking forward to something that I'm able to sit down for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, get introduced to a character. I'm all but promised that before those credits roll, I'm going to see some version of the Ironheart armor. And then knowing on the heels of it, we're going we got the fucking intro out of the way.
Yeah.
We got the first suit out of the way. Let's fucking go. There are the Marvel movies I want to ruminate on. There's the Marvel shows I want to be 100 episodes. Then there's the shit where I'm let's get this fucking party off the ground.
So I
Yo,
guess,
Usnavi, let's get you fighting this broad.
I guess that I guess my question would be: do you have a preference of meeting a character, especially in this world where you can have both? You can have your hard and soft taco shells. do you prefer to meet a character in movie form and have them fleshed out on a show, or vice versa? Kind of like, so it's going to be the Riri Williams take versus the Miss Marvel take. Do you prefer one over the other, or you're like, I don't give a shit?
Those are two wonderful examples because I don't have uh, an affection for either of those characters where I would demand
You just
one way or another.
proposed to Miss Marvel. What are you talking about?
That's just because she grew on me because I have the attention span of a child. So that show really worked on all cylinders. It reminded me of when I grew up as a tiny little girl.
When did the Power Rangers show up?
So exactly. So when the character is one I don't necessarily have a long relationship with, I'd almost rather the quick intro. When it's a character I've known for a lifetime, when they reintroduce
from comics, you mean?
Correct. When it's a character I care about like that, I prefer the long form just because I'd rather spend 8, 9, 10 hours. She-Hulk's a great example, actually. I'm so thrilled that I'm getting, 8 or 9 half-hour episodes instead of like, hey, she showed up in, the next whatever movie.
Yeah. But you also know you knew She-Hulk going in, like, so Jennifer was.
I'm
not
a pessimist. Like,
to you.
If Ironheart sucks, at least I'll be done with it, quick.
So speaking of characters that we fucking know, because I have been exposed to more Loki than any Viking ever could fucking claim, regardless of whatever horns they're drinking out of,
Yeah.
or Parisian shores that they are fucking assailing. Loki has seemingly been with us longer than any damn body else. And if you look at the timelines, I think that would shake out. Loki season 2 also had their time on stage. For me, I almost, as you kind of mentioned, like giving a character that you've only been somewhat teased to, Loki 2. I mean, isn't it about the big bad at this point? People have already put out there that like this entire phase, the upcoming phase, well, not so much 5 but 6, or maybe fucking both, because God knows Thanos had his time in the purple tinged sun. It's all about Kang, all about him. So like, is Loki season 2 just gonna be preamble to this now new big the big time threat, the one where like the street level heroes like, all right, I'm gonna be up the block getting a shake, you guys good luck with that, let me know how it works out. So I don't know, like, what's your level of expectation for Loki 2? Is it anything but more fucking conqueror preamble?
I think that Loki 2 is a reaction to how much people love that character.
Yeah.
I'm very worried that this is going to
not
be
Odin. Am I right?
I am nice. I am very concerned that this is just a classic Disney money grab. I'm afraid this is going to be more Cars 2 than Cars, I guess.
I mean, but like it's on the network, so like you're already
don't
subscribed.
Yeah, I don't think they have the storytelling capability to have this not just be Loki 2. I think they set the stage with Loki for our big bad. No, but what I mean is I don't have high hopes for this is going to involve a lot of our new villain getting fleshed out.
But how could it? But that was my question. How could it be anything but that?
Well,
like, what are they gonna fucking do? They're gonna ship Loki and Loki.
Don't forget.
What is there still really to be done?
Don't forget that this is the same television studio, I guess, streaming service, that brought us WandaVision. I think this is going to be 8 episodes of the Loki game show, and it's just going to be him giving out prizes and money to other Lokis. It's a very simple... I don't know how you didn't see that implied in the first season.
I disagree. I think... I think.
Do you? You disagree to that very fake thing I made up?
Well no, but I mean like your preface even like
yeah.
It
you think it's the Kang
must
show.
Be the question really is going to be like, how do you not play out that entire stream of like, well, this is so imagine imagine if Avengers was a series and like the entire well, I mean, fucking Thanos would have been Ultron. in that scenario, because like, all right, you show up, you get beat, and that's all there is fucking to it. You know what? Only Kang really could run the TVA. So we're already up against the clock. So obviously, again, Thunderbolts. Fucking,
Don't forget
I'm
about my boy
shocked.
Daredevil.
Well, I'm shocked that that was not like what got your nips all hard.
I'm
so
a
we
man
got
of two
Daredevil,
minds.
Born Again.
They're like,
Um,
it's not a continuation, but don't worry, it'll be rad. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, the argument could be made like it's not. This is not the Kang phase. This is the fucking Charlie Cox phase because Daredevil seems to be showing up everything. He's got his own shit. He's obviously gonna play a major role in Echo, as is his own big bad.
I am suddenly excited about Ant-Man, though. Joker Stream brought it up in the trailer. Kang says to Ant-Man, like, something was stolen from me. You're going to get it, little bitch. Joker Stream seems to think
Now get
that
in
maybe,
that dick hole. What?
Yeah,
What?
oh, shit. Finally. Joker Stream rather brought up a very good point. Maybe we're going to see in the Loki series that Loki or Sylvie took it from him. So maybe you boys are right. Maybe I'm way wrong, and I hope I am, because I would love nothing more than Loki 2 to
would not
focus on it.
be unheard of. We have Armor Wars coming. We have Secret Invasion, which once again I cannot believe
I'm
is
shocked
not going to get its
you
own.
didn't choose that for your topic a
Well,
little bit
I'm-
later,
you
but
know, I'm kind of like the well-rounded type. But Secret Invasion gives us back Nick Fury and all his one-eyed glory. I was like super excited about the fact that we are going to get. Honestly, I had the same reaction to House of the Dragon, where I'm like, "You like dragons, huh? Yo, this shit is gonna have a ton of dragons because apparently we are getting multiple Flurkins. Flurkins to the right of me, Flurkins to the left of me. It is going to be Flurkin City, and I am super Flurkin excited about Secret Invasion.
how do we leave Cousin Paul out of this, though? We got a director to call the four.
He
Fantastic
has a
Four.
director.
Matt
yeah.
Shackman. There's not a lot of. It's hard for me to have a lot of confidence about a Fantastic Four project. It's in Marvel's hands. We've already seen at least one of the thrown away suit designs when my boy from The Office got. Matt Shackman at the helm. I'm very excited about that prospect. I can't wait.
I mean, all
Joker
of
brought up
the...
stolen from the Star Trek. That's pretty exciting
Listen,
to me.
that's how that shit goes, man. It is you know, serious business. But look, the bottom line is that if anybody sat there and we didn't even touch Disney's own projects, we didn't even touch the Star Wars project, of which there are many, and several to be super excited about. Some to be a little bit eyebrow upped about, but if anyone says they could sit there and see some of these announcements, look at the lineup. Oh, this is just Phase 5. Where's Phase 6? They are one thing and one thing only, and that is a fucking comic book crybaby. I'm sorry. They are a goddamn liar, just like George Toy Boy Lucas, because Han shot first. Charlie with the slight Wi-Fi delay. Salute, baby. Gulp.
Woo!
Damn fucking straight. So, Charlie,
Yes.
I believe my proper topic was first
Yes, sir.
today.
Although, know
so-
that for this whole intro, I'm just singing the Fantastic Four theme to myself. Just
fine.
call the four.
It's funny because I am singing the checking your speakers, the fucking that fire banger that plays here on StreamYard when you're testing your audio equipment. So look, the fanboys have been crying about this one for quite a while, and I'm talking about even on the comic book pages when the Captain Rogers, when he handed his shield off to my man the Falcon in the pages, there was like a like an audible fucking. There was like a waver in the force. Yeah, as Yoda might say. I mean, he would say probably a little more ass backwards than that. But he was like 900 years old. So, they've been giving
Drunk
my
I
man.
am.
They've been giving my man a hard time about that choice to begin with. Now, I'm gonna start real quick. Obviously, we're talking about Captain America: New World Order. But let me ask you this, Charlie. Going back, not the soundtrack. That's not how it goes.
Don. Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, fucking my boy Razor Ramon.
No, we're talking
the
about
New World Order
we're
for
talking about,
life.
all right. So let me ask you this, Charlie. When in the comic book pages that handoff happened, what was your original thought? Like, I mean, Captain America is a big fucking deal, and we have seen multiple occasions where Rogers was not the captain running around. It happened before him, happened after him. How did you feel about the particular handoff of the shield to the Falcon?
I may have been born in the 80s, but I am a proud 90s kid. The best accessory to add to an action figure is a fucking jetpack or wings. You add wingalings to Captain America, I don't give a fuck if he got goggles. I don't care how much melatonin he has in his skin. Let's go! New toy, big wingdings. Yes. Fuck yes. Steve, with your old ass, fuck right off. It's important to remember I am at my heart and at my core. The only Marvel I ever gave a fuck about was the street level characters. I was a DC guy. So if they were like, they changed up Captain America, I'm like, is he Puerto Rican again? Because when Bucky wore the suit, they
like,
just
no,
slapped the Puerto Rican
Falcon
flag on
is
him.
kind of.
Falcon
ironically.
is kind of, Falcon, when I heard that that Falcon was going to rock the shield, I was fucking here for it. That costume design that we've seen already in live action via the television show, I fucking love that costume.
Ellis is like, he's already laying his claim down. He's like, I'm going to get comment of the week one fucking way or another. Yes, Ellis, Captain America should not be a Falcon. He should be a bald eagle. You're goddamn right, because America.
I love the idea of the two of you in a pickup complaining about the Falcon. How come that Falcon boy did it like just is
Back
it
in my
racist?
day.
I don't know if it's just like local. That's just how they talk. For me though,
No, that's how we talk the second that certain thought processes happen. Like, that's the inner
anytime-
monologue.
I happen to like. I don't want to admit this on the show.
Do it.
I'm sorry, John. Please don't fire me. I kind of like when mantles are handed down.
Oof.
I just like when there's a clean cut. So if someone's going to be Captain America, I don't want there to be like Dark Captain America, Captain Canada. Like, fuck off.
There's been multiple ones of those too, but
There
I
are
get what you're
certain
saying.
characters where I think it is totally appropriate for the idea of the
mantles
character is more
absolutely
important.
can be. But
And
my question to you is, to the Falcon.
I was excited. That's his boy. I knew very little about Captain America. So they were like, his best friend? Fuck yeah. One day I'll get to be John. Because I assume John's a
And
mantle,
Bucky
not a
is
name.
just sitting there, just like towing the dirt, all like, I was his best friend like that. That was my whole stupid arm.
I just
Sat in
imagine
Russia, goddamn.
Falcon turns. He's like, well, one of us got frozen and one of us didn't, you little bitch.
Falcon's like, on your left, biatch. I got the fucking shield now, son. So I'll tell you this. My thought.
Ellis just said it's because Captain America was promoted to Major. Major America. Oh, damn it. That is fucking funny.
So my thought process, almost, especially in the comic book realm, almost always first goes to to design, right? I'm like, what is something going to look like? Personally, I
Artist
do
and
not
art.
like the red, white, and blue Falcon getup. I think it's super busy. It's like the most Marvel.
You're talking about the classic?
What do you mean? I'm talking about when Falcon becomes Captain America. It was Marvel even before the Marvel Extended Universe did their thing, where clearly Edna makes all of their costumes too, because it is a singular design, kind of like theme. They're like lots of lines and no capes and blah blah blah. Hey, what's up, that book nerd? What is cooking? Joining us from Twitch as well. So for me, my initial thought was, well, how is that gonna work? Forget about the aesthetics of it all.
Yeah.
How are you gonna be having a? How are your wings gonna be majestically extended? You're soaring through the air and you're holding a shield. Like, unless that thing is just hugging your back like a Tesla launched out into space, it is not even particularly, airworthy.
I just
Unless
imagine
you're
it being like
throwing it around the
flop, flop,
backyard.
flop, 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 flop,
Oh my god!
like
If you
that
catch
horrible
a,
sound.
Richie's like, look, man, I'm doing my thing out here. I'm getting terrible gas mileage. We need to figure this all out. And you know what? To take it back to the real world movies and shows and blah blah blah. I think it was actually in their show, the Bucky and Falcon era. The first time that he started blocking bullets with his wings, I said, his wings block bullets too? Why does he need a shield? That
like
is so goofy.
You just need the title at this point. Like, come on, bro.
So here's the thing too, and I do have to say though, like you have mentioned, the winglings. Look, Captain America was the first of the winglings. He had them on his head. So I have no problem with the Captain America with wings per se. It was the aesthetic of it all. Like, how is the Falcon going to utilize a shield? Because what's synonymous to Captain America to me is Captain America, shield.
Yeah.
Captain America, super soldier.
Here's the problem, John. Captain America has never had a battle cry. And what's fucking awesome about the Falcon taking... Well, yeah, but I mean, he was part of that. I don't really consider him the proper leader. He kind of took over, which is kind of fucked up. But no, finally, Captain America in the New World Order will finally have a proper battle cry, hearkening back to his history as the Falcon, because when he slips into battle, caw-caw! Caw-caw! Fuck yeah. Oh, shit. Is it Captain America? Caw-caw! Fuck yeah, it is, bro.
Maybe the only thing less military etic is announcing your arrival with a caw, then an incredibly bright, garish fucking repaint of your costume.
And then he comes in, there's new Mecha Hitler. Right, that's who's showing up in New World Order. I think that's spoilers. And the Falcon, the new Captain America, he flies and he goes Falcon punch, and knocks him out. Recreating the famous cover.
My only hope is this. My only hope is that with the rebranding of our new Captain America, because that's what it is. In the same way that Thor. Was Jane Foster in Thor. That's exactly what the title inferred, and rightfully so. Falcon is now another cat. Anthony Mackie will be portraying Captain America, period. My hope is like, you know what? He doesn't need fucking wings. He doesn't need wings. Let him go do what he's got to do. We have a new Falcon, obviously.
With wings.
Escapes me, but we've already met him.
Steve.
And... indeed, Joker's stream, because he is so damn smart.
What's the chemical bath?
As always. Speaking of chemical bath, we are getting back the leader. Charlie, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you remember back when I was a man of constant sorrow? Because my boy Tim Blake Nelson was just laying on the floor, head all bulging in the Incredible Hulk, and the Incredible Hulk seemed to go away. Do you remember all the people who didn't want to acknowledge my man Ed Norton's vehicle as being actually part of canon? Why? Because we haven't fucking seen homegirl from fucking Armageddon since. Look, she was hiding before. She's hiding again. We're getting back TBN. He's gonna be the leader. All I can hope is that we're gonna get him in full green, big-headed glory.
I
But
was gonna
how many
say-
times, how many fights have I had
All
with
the
people?
time.
The Incredible Hulk is canon. It's canon. It's canon. How many times?
I mean, literally, it's very strange because you bring it up to me daily, nightly, and almost ever so rightly.
Joker, I want to get right back to this point.
Do
Once
it.
Charlie's done.
Do it. No,
Charlie,
skip my
No,
shit.
Charlie, take it home. Take it home.
I was gonna say, do you actually have confidence he's gonna show up green and vein-headed?
As
I
an
think they're gonna pull
eventuality,
him. I think they're gonna pull a MODOK. I think he's gonna have like a fancy hat and wear a green sweater.
Well,
I think Marvel's in the fuck Charlie overstage.
his head was already bulging. If you
Yeah, but
remember
they're
back
like,
about 30 years ago,
his
when
head
that movie
finished
dropped,
and his head finished and it's got small again. That's how that works. It was just
So here we are. We're in this like weird. What happened? Hit me.
Ellis is really desperate to win Comment of the Week.
Ellis,
because
Ellis, hold on a second, real quick. Ellis, I hope you do realize there's no financial remuneration for Comment of the Week. Granted, you are on a multi-month run. If there were indeed a monetary fucking payoff, we owe you a check. But I just want that to be said. We are recording, so this is admissible in court.
So the next multiverse film coming out of Ellis's version of the MCU is for He-Hulk, No Way Home, starring Eric Bana, Ed Norton, and Mark Ruffalo. I do love that he called it He-Hulk, and I will be dining out on that tee.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You guys save us some money. Come at Ellis. Let's go. Let's get at those comments. No. So my theory is, look, the group, the superhero group, taking it back a little bit, but still somewhat interconnected. The group is called the Thunderbolts, right? Not just a catchy title. And sadly, we're look. Here's the thing: we're at this stage now because we're going on for like, decades, of this ongoing movie universe. We are losing actors, very, very sadly. The gentleman who played Thaddeus, Thunderbolt Ross, has since passed on. So my dream, and Charlie can attest to this, the first thing that we talked about in private was, fuck, man, Red Hulk. How am I not gonna have my Red Hulk, who is the big strong bad of the Thunderbolts in the comics? So like we're talking about, oh well, the lineup is this, the lineup is that. We were just talking about, oh shit, we're getting characters back, right, left, daily, nightly, and ever so rightly. Way back from the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, we've already got the Abomination multiple times.
We're gonna get
Neil
those
Blonsky
dogs
looking
from
at you.
Bana's.
We got. We know that we're getting back Tim Blake Nelson as the leader. What if? And this is a big. This is a big. What if? That's a deep dive, guys. Extra points to whoever can drop in chat what quote that movie is from. What if? Especially now, riding high off of this She-Hulk heat. What if we get the aforementioned Liv Tyler? Damn right I am talking about Betty Ross. She shows up, in all that milky skinned, formerly elf glory. And she hulks the fuck out as Red She-Hulk.
He's gone, ladies and gentlemen. He's too happy. We gotta give
Woo, baby.
Oh
If
my God.
I get
Fun fact, John's not wearing pants. I assure
get
you.
a Red She-Hulk Betty Ross appearance, I want everyone who is listening, everyone who is watching this show, everyone who might catch this on a replay 5 years from now, I want an ESPN update because that's what just happened. No. I want a goddamn Jon told us so. That's right, Paul. That's right. Coming over from YouTube, I blew your mind. That's what I do. I'm not even gonna charge. Oh my goodness gracious. It would just be...
If not in Thunderbolts, let it be on the heels of what we think Hulk's doing. He shows up with little Hulkling, having gotten some of that alien tail, and that's what triggers it. She's like, you son of a bitch!
She comes showing up looking for her fucking monthly. She's like, yo, motherfucker, you are late on those paternity payments. You owe me money, sir. Yeah, I would accept that also, but Red She-Hulk.
I love the idea of like you in a meeting with Marvel. Just in one of your fucking best bow ties, looking like a GQ model, just being like, these are your options. And handing them like just 2 divergent green folders and be like, these are the only fucking options, Mr. Feige.
Yeah.
I like it.
Right.
I'm here for it. I am surprised.
I don't call him Mr. Feige. I just call him Kev Bo.
First and first, mostly, I get it because he should be very grateful that you're a fan. Hey! Speaking of movie stars like Liv Tyler, like Jennifer Connelly, I believe
we didn't get your writer for this appearance. Your agent did not reach out to us.
I mean, she makes a clear and present visual statement in Clerks 3, ladies and gentlemen. Dare I say?
The star of Clerks 3, spoilers be damned, Sarah Bellicose.
I fully expect.
You're fired.
That's right, Sarah's agent fucked up. However, I find it a heavy coincidence that Sarah's gaming PC showed up hours after the world premiere Fathom event of Clerks 3. So I think that's a pretty fucking good agent. Sarah, how about them apples? Ladies and gentlemen, you can send $9.95 to us here at USComics. We'll get you an autographed copy of Sarah's appearance just a few weeks ago. Happy
and
Clerks
John
3
gets zero cut of that. That goes straight to Charlie's.
I got bad news.
White Claw fucking budget.
Sarah gets 0% too. In fact, I forgot to use my 15% discount code when I bought that signed Daredevil. So I'm going to be back to make adjustments in Jersey. No. John, there's something so fucking exciting. I fell for the trap of being like, well, this level of Marvel maybe isn't the best. The minute they started announcing shit, I'm like, can I pre-buy all these tickets just like I pre-bought my tickets every single day for the next 2 weeks to see Fathom events, 7 o'clock showings of Clerks 3.
Hell yeah. And we will pre-buy all of Sarah's big screen appearances.
I already started my petition. I need a Sarah and Dad set of action figures for the collection.
That would be amazing.
Let's bring back action figures. I will personally fund.
I have no
one
problem.
dozen.
I have no problem with the in a row collection of pop vinyls as well. She and her pops would be welcome additions to my collection.
What if? Okay, wait, no, sincerely, Sarah works at the Secret Stash. This is the pitch for the next employee meeting. The new wave of action figures are what? Do you remember what you just said? The In a Row collection.
Damn straight.
And it's children that have appeared in the Clerks saga alongside their parent. So you could reprint Kev, right? Because Harley
the Legacy
is now
collection.
Dude, this shit's printing money.
Yeah.
If you think I'm not buying a Bellicose 2-pack, you don't know me. How about that?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, and we this is a spoiler alert. Next week we are actually talking about Sir Kevin Smith's new comic book line, which is available as we speak in both the special cover edition as well as the normie edition, which is
what
I
Masquerade.
refer to most of my collection over at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Check them out if you are in the Red Bank area. But yeah, man, just to veer back into our original.
Sorry, I took us on. I got real starstruck.
Charlie, the conquistador in Charlie comes out. Oh boy, the when you least expect it. So yeah. So once again, New World Order. I'm actually very very excited for because largely these are also as well as AAWA. Um, these are also street level. These are street level. Sarah, with the cover art, look what the hell is going on in
Fucking
this world?
Masquerade. We might
Unbelievable.
need her to pop on, pimp that cover.
Unbelievable. Yep. We gotta book this. We gotta book this character right the hell back on the show. Um, but yeah, these are Captain America. It features street level characters yet again. And look, I have no problem to go all the way back to the beginning of the topic. I have no problem with the mantle hand downs when they're A, handled properly, when they're B, handled logically, and when they're C, uh, characters that I care about already. The last thing in the world that you want to do is introduce. It's almost like a mystery novel. You never have a character that showed up on page 189 be the damn murderer on page 190. It is the fucking cardinal sin of storytelling. And I hate to see it in comic books. I hate to see it in comic book movies or shows. You hate to see it in long form novels. It is just the dirtiest trick that you can play. So having a character that you've already come to love and care about and become invested in, look, you want to have a mantle hand down to them, I'm all for it. So I'm super duper excited for New World Order, not just for Tim Blake Nelson, not just for my uh, the confirming of my fucking my stand on the rock and shout it out loud. Incredible Hulk is indeed canon and is the first. But look, I'm very excited for all of the transference of title characters, like the vanity plates in the Marvel, the MCU. That is a real shit. Like, you're the Falcon now, son. Good luck. I'm very super duper excited about it. But look, the bottom line is at the end of the day, Marvel, Disney, the mouse, just like us, we have to pay them bills. So Charlie wants to tell the good folks how we do just that thing right here.
Well, it's important to know that we are not like any other pod who just sells out for random brands that are willing to throw us a couple shekels. No, no. Today we are very unofficially brought to you by Fathom Events. Clerks 3, available for the next 10 days, about 7 p.m. if you're in the New York or tri-state area. But
And Charlie
also,
will be in most, if not all, showings.
I bought tickets for all showings because I fucking support. And also, maybe Mallrats 3 needs a chubby Puerto Rican. I don't know. I look good as an Easter bunny. But John, we are also brought to you by one of our favorite bands, and that, of course, is Bad Mary. You heard them during the intro, and you're going to hear them again at the end, singing our theme song. Wondering where else you can catch their act? You can follow them over at Bad Mary across all social media platforms. You can support them over on patreon.com/Bad Mary Band, and you can stay up to date at badmary.com for merch and upcoming performances. My absolute favorite part, though, John, and my lovely audience joining us today, is that every single track that they've ever officially released is available on every single music streaming platform. And spoiler alert, they promise new jams coming soon. Check them out.
There's new music dropping very, very shortly. But Charlie, you mentioned dropping, and my question is this: where are we dropping with Sergeant Finesse? You can find him gaming on both Trovo and Facebook. Multiple streams every day. Outstanding video game content, supporter games, co-streams, giveaways, contests. Don't be a sucker. Check him out today. If you need to pick me up, you can still follow the White Rabbit over to sneakenergy.com. Use code SGT at checkout when the Sarge is on deck. Ooh, baby, you salute. Look.
Yes?
Look. The bottom line is this. D23 was just what a damn was. It was an expo. An exposition. Just like the World's Fair that many years ago, just outside of what is now Citi Field, formerly Shea Stadium. And look, when they're doing that, it's not always going to be, oh, check out season 92. Oh, check out installment 154 of this movie franchise that we already know you're willing to prepay for anything that comes up. No. So, what does that mean? That means occasionally you got to drop them with the new. You got to give them a little something they weren't expecting. And just in that same vein, Charlie hit this guy up. These gray hairs are not easily surprised, but Charlie surprised me when he told me which of the marvelous fucking announcements really tickled his pickle. So Charlie, tell the good people, what event really caught your attention?
Well, you used the perfect word for it.
Pickle?
Because it wasn't, yes, it wasn't a,
For
it's
some
not a
reason,
movie.
pickle woke up my Alexa. It's
It was, well,
I just
you
added pickles
you-
to your shopping list.
You named yourself Captain Pickle. Don't let that forget.
Listen.
Pickle John is just as scary as Pickle Rick. Topical reference. You're welcome. 2 years ago. John, it's not a movie I'm excited about. It's not even a TV show I'm excited about. It's not a cartoon I'm excited about. It's not a new amusement park ride I'm excited about. It is, in fact, the next event coming to us from Marvel. And we all know the famous sounds that they make. But we're talking about Werewolf by Night. You know that werewolf sound? Caw-caw!
No.
Famous werewolf sound.
What
Is that not-
no werewolves sound like that.
Are you sure?
If you were backpacking through the marshes and you heard a midnight moon-soaked caw, you ain't running back to the fucking slaughtered lamb. I am sorry. I'm sorry.
You're not. I like to live because those caw werewolves are the scariest. No, John.
You
Werewolf
too,
by
Sarah. Thanks for
Night.
stopping by.
Werewolf by Night looks abso-fucking-lutely astonishing. I am so fucking excited that they're leaning in heavy with those Halloween vibes, with those classic horror vibes, and I hear what a lot of people are saying. Joker stream dropping in to remind us that allegedly there's no Blade cameo. Now, there's two things I want to say. First and first, mostly, we all know Marvel likes to pull a George Lucas every now and then, and they like to keep fucking surprises.
Some things
surprising.
they keep tight. Sometimes
So
they
there's
keep
a chance
tight
he
to the
shows up.
vest.
However, I do not need Werewolf by Night to be filled to the brim with expected cameos because I already got a Frankenstein's monster showed up. This bitch looks black and white as a motherfucker. Man-Thing seems very clearly to be in it. I saw the Twitter freeze frames, and I'm fucking here for it. John, there is nothing I like more than the unexpected. Over in DC, where everything is a fucking dumpster fire, The Rock has been saying for the better part of 2 years, the dynamic shift in the universe. First of all, your universe in cinematic form sucks an egg. You want to talk about a total
Not
shift?
everything is a wrestling promo, Dwayne. I'm so
Not
sorry.
since WandaVision have I been teased at the buttocks with something that looks different, sounds different, and is excited to be different. Now, what does that mean? That means some of these fucking casual know-nothings are going to go on Twitter because their parents never hugged them, and they're going to be real fucking
Or
salty.
hug them too much.
Also very true. Either way, I know I'm fucking here for it. And when you have something this seemingly unique, you cannot fail me. Be weird, be different, be exciting. The fact that fucking more Moon Knight-ish shit, because that's where he made his debut, is getting brought to life. John, that trailer made me absolutely pop. Now, with that being said, again, Joker stream with the fucking dynamite drop-ins this week. He's asking, do we think it's all in black and white? Man, I don't know. I could imagine Disney fully monetizing this and giving us all three. Give us the black and white, give us the colorized, give us the blend. Because
Whoa.
I can't imagine a world where, like, all the wolf shit is black and white. Because, you know, dogs don't see color too good.
But I mean, like, look, you know, when you had mentioned
Ooh, I'm hyped up.
I know. When you had mentioned WandaVision prior, like, we knew so little about it. I think most people said, like, fuck, is this entire thing gonna, like, are we back in Clerks? Is this whole thing gonna be black and white? So I agree, like, it's entirely possible. And for those, yes, Joker, that's right. Wanda could do that. I mean, honestly, at this point, what hasn't she done? Am I right? So for anyone
the
who doesn't
best
know,
Olsen.
Werewolf by Night, this is a property that, like, precedes Marvel's banner. Like, this was Marvel before it was Marvel. This was fucking Atlas Comics shit. So, never mind the supernatural aspect of it all. What we're talking about, that's right, Ellis. It did work for Schindler's List, except for like the saddest little girl in a red dress. They're like, oh shit, oh look at that red on the pile. God damn it. So yeah, so this is an muted.
Why did you become a Southern gentleman?
What do you mean?
Be like that poor red dress. That was, you evoked some sort of fucking supernatural spirit from the deep South.
Hey,
Be
man,
like that one shot of that red dress.
We'll have to listen to that playback because I don't think so. But Dynamite dropping yet again. So
I unmuted for that. Worst.
We'll go ahead and just mute Charlie up for the rest of the show. Dynamite. So look, this is an older this is older content of theirs. So it is not very well known by the majority of your standard comic book viewers. And Joker had mentioned prior, look, we didn't see any Blade, but fuck, we have already seen the new version of Blade. We got we got a voiceover.
Well, that's not seeing, that's hearing. We heard the new Blade.
I said we got him, but we got him. We knew who it was. He was talking to the inevitable Black Knight, Jon Snow. So he does already technically exist in this iteration, this larger Marvel world. So yeah, man, I'm fucking super duper excited, but I'm gonna give it right back to you because technically, aside from just for some reason attacking me, just like kind of like out of the blue, this was your topic.
It was a joy-filled attack.
It was joyful for you because that's how you roll. But that being said, what is it about Werewolf by Night that has you like really fucking super excited? What are you hoping to see out of it?
I think I think it's all about expectations versus what we seemingly got. I thought we were getting, at best, I was hoping for like a Werewolf in London situation where I was expecting something modern. I was expecting something that kind of tied in very comfortably to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And instead what we're getting is something that rightfully so predates, even Iron Man, which is so fucking exciting to me. And they could pull that shit where it's like, nah, it's not a real werewolf. This is a story within the story. Either way, we're going to have a Frankenstein's monster. We might finally get Man-Thing. We're going to just straight up lean into like, yeah, werewolves. That is so fucking exciting for world building for me, because my favorite thing about comic books is that not only is anything possible, if you live long enough, everything is probable. Like every fucking thing that can be added gets sprinkled the fuck in. And yes, please, a straight up werewolf movie or show, because I have no idea what the length is. I didn't read any of those fucking facts.
It's kind of like labeled as a special. Right,
which is just the best.
My mind, but on the same token, so was Hawkeye. Hawkeye was like almost like it felt like their Christmas special is a limited run, blah blah. But haven't they already established that this is going to be the iteration of the possibly the worst comic book named Jack Russell? So the fucking guy who's named after a dog, also as well as turns into a giant dog, like. Honestly, I'd be probably more interested if it was an actual Jack Russell that turned into a fucking wolf.
Holy shit.
That's a fucking transformation.
Take that back. Let's edit this out of the audio. That's USComics' Halloween special. We're going to just have a pup chilling with fucking Pest that just gets bit by a werewolf.
The title card scrolls across the stream, right to left, and you're like, knock, knock, knock. UPS is here. Oh boy, the moon is really bright tonight. And then just a fucking door flies open. Awful. Just awful.
Yes.
Trademark, patent pending, USComics, USComics Inc.
That's going to be the best 11 pages. What?
What happened?
I feel like I brought it.
I was just peppering in some credentials in there.
John, I fucking love weird shit. I love Halloween shit. Holy shit. Paul.
That would be perhaps
Cousin
the
Paul brought up the
scariest
nightmare.
thing that they could do.
If Paul from over on YouTube, where we are available every single week, both live and the tape. Honestly, I was expecting something like Morbius. Why would you hurt yourself? Paul, let's raise those fucking...
Paul's like, I'm
Let's raise that
masochist, so
optimism.
I was expecting this.
He's still fucking nodding along to the last Fantastic. He's like, it's fine. It's good.
But you know what, though? Like, the one thing that you cannot deny about Marvel, if you like them, if you love them, if you avoid them, for some reason, if you are just a contrarian, so that you don't want to acknowledge that, look, when you have a body of work that is at this point so large, that you're going to have hits and misses, you're going to have people who, you know, who make favorite lists, and you know, some people are going to love certain things and hate other things, even with the same franchises. The one thing that you cannot deny them is that they bring in fucking talented people, right? They bring in names. So Gael Garcia Bernal is playing the title character. Mike, my affection for this cat goes back to the Motorcycle Diaries. You know, back when I thought the fucking Che Guevara's the good guy. Oh no, that's wrong. Terrible question.
I have to.
But
I
the
have to throw out
T-shirts,
this
so,
shirt?
but the T-shirts. So, but look, you know, that's the bottom line, is having, that project is actually a prime example of how you can say, like, the personification of, like, the Magneto effect, as I am just decided to call it now. Like, when
Patent
you
pending,
have
Charlie Rivera, not John Rivera, even though he said it. Fuck it.
when you have a character who you're like, oh, that Magneto, he does terrible things. And forget about Superman. Why is Magneto wearing underwear on the outside? If you really want to have a fucking problem, like, first of all, they're purple and they're on their outside. Like, this is, and the studded belt to finish off the ensemble.
I'm sorry, that is the GQ look of the summer.
The one guy that had something to say about that, also as well as had braces, so it did not work out very well for him.
You look
for
like
that
a fucking
naysayer.
geek.
You fucking thought that scene from Poltergeist was scary? So,
Oh,
with that
no.
all being said, they bring in talented performers. So if they have even a middling fucking premise, a light premise, you can turn that shit into, you can spin it into gold. And when you have a performer that can take a character like a fucking marauding werewolf that just fucking chews up everything right and left, oh, that's clearly the bad guy. But no, but then you have a nuanced performance. Hell yeah, Joker, the braces in the mirror scene made me so grateful that my shits came in straight, unlike this guy over here. Not so much as the fucking maggoty steaks in the sink scene. That one really, I'm like, oh, vegetarian? Done. You got it. So Gael Garcia Bernal, he is the type of guy that can say, like, look, you might hate what I'm doing, but here's all the fucking shit leading up to that.
Yeah.
And especially like in a werewolf tale. Woo! I'm on a roll tonight, kids. In a story like that, that is so important because it's very, very easy to be like, oh, the marauding giant dog, that's the bad guy. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's not quite so simple. But I'm actually also hopeful that this is somewhat lighter, fair, fun, Halloweenish, like give you a little bit of a fucking insight into the dark part of Marvel. It's,
in
you
your
know, it's very
perfect
hopeful.
world, what's the vibe? Like what Halloween
In my perfect world,
movie-
there is no vibe. Vibe doesn't exist as a character on the comic book pages or on the screen. If you, I don't know why you have to bring it up because of different publisher and all that stuff, but oh no, wait, the different. Oh, I understand now. I misunderstood the question. I'm very sorry. Yeah, no, I am hopeful that it is a more Ed Wood-ish take on the material. Whereas, like, it still matters. That's the one thing. And I know I gave you a little bit of grief about the Miss Marvel affection. Where it's like my big point of contention was not that it was light or fair, because I don't think anybody can argue that it was light or fair than, say, Infinity War, where you're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, half of the universe got blinked out of existence. Oh, look at that! Her mommy made her costume. How cute! Those are very different takes on the fucking four color funny book stories. My point of contention was like, well, this is by design for an alternate audience than I would classify myself with. Whereas, well, Werewolf by Night, that
Yeah.
can really be everybody gather around the screen. We'll all sit down. We'll pop some corn. We'll kick our feeties up, and we can have a good old time together.
Yeah.
While at the same time introducing us into little different pockets of the MCU that we have yet to have seen on the screen. That's my best case scenario.
Yeah,
Cheesy, but not like cheese doodly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hoping for like an Army of Darkness vibe. Like I want them to have as much fun as they can with still maintaining those stakes, still having
Nope, stakes is vampires.
Let's have some vampires show up, bro.
You
Like
might.
let's fucking do this. There's something so exciting about a world unashamed. And again, I'm not trying to lower something to elevate something else. Because again, I'll bitch about Marvel plenty because I thought Thor Love and Thunder was like having too much fun. With that being said, DC seems to have no fucking fun cinematically. And it's like, Marvel, come on, man. This is where I need you guys to shine. Let's fucking be weird. Especially with something Werewolf by Night, as great as it might be, there'll be a couple of dorks who are like, this is my favorite, and they'll be lying. Because Iron Man 1.
Those will be you know who's gonna say Werewolf by Night is my favorite Marvel fucking
Jordan?
property? No, those are the cats that like. Those are the cats that went to New York Comic Con when there was 50 people. Like those are the OG. No, Charlie. Those are the OGs.
I think you said
Those are the
500. My bad.
Those are the type of characters that would show up to events, and like know every artist, and like they would know fucking like every issue and episode, and those are the people that they could tell you the Star Trek. The Enterprise's fucking layout and what floor things were on. That's the level of fandom that you're really gonna get. Now here we are in 2022. The fact of the matter is there ain't that many of those cats still really around or still like mobile. They might be in their scooters. Fucking those are the ones that you see at the conventions now. But those are the people who are like super invested. My point was, look. This is, in essence, a fantastic property. If you have any inkling of the property, you know that it's a very, very good one. It's one that has history, but on the same token, you're playing with house money at this point. So you can have your little fun. You can have your little Johnny cakes on the side. With this type of material, you can really take a little bit of a fucking step because your audience body, for the most part, are not super duper largely invested in the property. You're not going to get people picketing. You're not going to get fucking Twitter bombs. You're not going to get fucking review, monsters popping up. Oh, you didn't handle this property right. It's very, very unlikely because that property's biggest fans, they don't even know how to use Twitter. Their phones have buttons on them shits, so they don't know what the fuck is going on. So I agree with you. This is something that they can really kind of like have their way with, so to speak. You do what you got to do, man.
Fair enough. I love nothing more than being really excited and just the entirety.
Yeah, Charlie's really unique that way. Nobody loves being excited.
I would say, considering how emo I am, I would say I'm still in the top 10% of motherfuckers who love shit. I love loving things. I love being excited about things. There's some motherfuckers that do want to see the world burn.
Charlie is just a Care Bear at heart. He
Fuck
looks
yeah,
like he
dude.
just finished a shift at fucking Hot Topic, but the truth of the matter is he is a Care Bear, and he just cannot wait to see something pop up on the screen and be like, Care Bear stare, and just rainbow ruminate all over that motherfucker.
What would my logo be? Like
Oh
some
my
people have like a
gosh.
heart or a shamrock. Is mine a White Claw logo at this point?
It would have to be a White Claw logo, and like in order to fucking get your rainbow, you're like it's just a frothy, pew, and that's the bottom line. So Charlie, on that note,
Can
with the
someone
rainbow
draw that?
coursing through the air, Ellis, get on that. Actually, we do have a new stand project to send over your way to get colorized, but try to work in the Charlie Care Bear animation as you may, as time permits. But Charlie, look, we had a good time. Thank you everyone from our socials for joining us on all the streaming services, for everyone listening at home, and the millions. No, I'm sorry, I got excited. But Charlie, look, tell the good people how we wrap up the show. Would you?
Oh, it's very simple, but it's a multi-step process. First, you gotta turn the power on. Then you gotta turn the volume up. Then you gotta tune Bad Mary in. Open up the window wide and scream out into the night sky. Save me, space girl. We out.